your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, animal rights activists posting themselves outside Petland, Sarasota today. An ordinance banning the sale of commercially bred puppies and kittens was set to go into effect earlier this year, but a lawsuit has delayed those rules from going into effect. ABC 7's Erica Jackson spoke with protesters today and joins us live from Petland with more on their frustrations. Erica?
Good evening, Adam. I'm at the corner of Honoré Avenue and Fruitville Road, where a protest took place earlier this afternoon. The demonstrators say the cats and the dogs sold at Petland, Sarasota come from crowded puppy mills in the Midwest and don't live full and healthy lives. Sarasota County passed an ordinance last year to ban the retail sales of dogs and cats, but Petland, Sarasota continues to operate while a lawsuit is filed by the owner is pending. The president of Sarasota in Defense of Animals supports Petland's offering adoption-only services and has more.
We don't advocate that they close. They can do as other pet stores do and sell products that and adopt out animals from shelters.
Coming up tonight at 11, we'll talk to a pet owner that purchased her 2 dogs from Petland, Sarasota, and we'll tell you how those dogs are doing 6 years later. Reporting live in Sarasota County, I'm Erica Jackson. Adam, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. Well, the polls are now closed for early voting in the upcoming municipal elections for Sarasota County. The supervisor of elections has announced that as of May 5th, the city of Sarasota has processed 4,603 early votes and vote by mail ballots, a 12.3% turnout, and the city of Northport has processed 3,325 votes, a 7.3% turnout. Northport's special election and the city of Sarasota's second election will take place officially on Tuesday, May 9th. On election day, the polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Well, firefighters are monitoring hot spots off of Verna Road in Mayaca City after 100 square acres caught fire near some homes. Firefighters responding around 3 this afternoon to that scene off Verna Road and began to get that fire under control. The fire was fairly close to buildings, but no official evacuations were ordered, and the fire was quickly under control. No injuries or structure damage was reported from that incident. Florida officials say arsonists have ignited about 320 wildfires so far this year, burning more than 20,000 acres across the state. Agricultural Commissioner Adam Putnam says severe drought conditions have increased the wildfire threat statewide, but arson causes many blazes. Putnam's office says arsonists started 400 wildfires in Florida in 2016, and that is from the entire year. And for a check on the weather, let's head over to Wendy for some of those windy but cool conditions today.
Yes, it was very comfortable today. We saw our temperatures back up into the upper 70s for daytime highs, and you can see there isn't a drop of rain anywhere nearby, so we don't have to worry about anything ruining your weekend. We've got the cloudy weather and the rain all swirling around up here across the northeastern part of the country, but that low pressure system is moving away, and so we're starting to see our winds die down as well as that low pressure system gets farther away from us. Temperatures in the low 70s right at the beaches, but you get onshore and we're looking at readings mostly in the mid to upper 70s right now. Currently at the airport it's 75 degrees, but take a look at the dew point and the humidity. That's why it's so comfortable out there. Winds still fairly strong out of the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour, but they are dying down, and we'll let you know what tomorrow's forecast is going to bring in just a few minutes. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. 2 people have been found brutally killed in a Boston penthouse. A suspect is in custody as authorities continue to search for answers. Police were called to the 11th floor of a building in the southern part of the city last night. When officers arrived and opened the door, they spotted a man with a gun who opened fire. Officers shot and injured the suspect, a 30-year-old man who had to go to the hospital after his arrest inside the penthouse. Officers found the victims, a man and woman, both tied up and their throats slashed.
South Boston, this area, it's very unusual, and that's why, we believe there's something more to what happened here.
Authorities say the suspect and victims knew each other, but there is no word on their exact relationship No officers were injured in the shootout that took place with the suspect. The Navy SEAL who was killed in an operation in Somalia earlier this week has been identified as 38-year-old Kyle Milken of Falmouth, Maine. Milken was a member of SEAL Team 6 on a mission targeting a local al-Shabaab leader. Milken was killed by small arms fire Thursday in a remote area of Somalia 40 miles west of Mogadishu. 2 other military service members were wounded in the operation, including an interpreter who was also a U.S. citizen. Milken is the first U.S. service member killed in action in Somalia since 1993's Black Hawk Down battle. The healthcare backlash on display this weekend. Republican lawmakers are back in their districts getting an earful from constituents about the newly passed bill. It still has a long way to go as the Senate is signaling it may start from scratch to repeal and replace Obamacare. ABC's David Wright has more.
For Republican members of Congress back in their districts today, a reality check.
The bill protects the pre-existing condition.
At town hall meetings, constituents are venting their anger over the health bill the House just passed.
Republican senators do not like this bill.
Congress members are on the defensive, trying to explain why they voted for this bill.
This is a step in the right direction because the present status quo is not sustainable.
After a constituent confronted Idaho's Raul Labrador, telling him people will die without access to health care, he shot back.
Nobody dies because they don't have access to health care.
A vocal backlash, including these protesters here in New Jersey. President Trump is spending the weekend at his Bedminster, New Jersey country club. Today, the president used his weekly address to praise the bill.
It will be great health care, and your premiums will come down, and your deductibles will come down.
But the president is also having to defend what he told the Australian Prime Minister about the single-payer system down under, Medicare for all.
You have better health care than we do.
Senator Bernie Sanders on MSNBC.
Thank you, Mr. President. We'll quote you on the floor of the Senate.
The Senate takes up the plan next.
Now we'll go to work on a Senate bill.
Democrats already see the health care debate as an opening for them in next year's midterm elections.
The Democrats were already positioned well in this midterm election to pick up a lot of seats, especially in the House, and I think this bill is going to help them.
The debate over health care far from over. David Wright, ABC News, Bedminster, New Jersey.
And the Senate bill is likely to be very different from the plan approved by the House, though they are expected to take more time putting that together. In other news, the Sarasota Ballet officials saying they are downsizing the company as part of a restructuring plan. 16 of the company's 51 dancers did not receive contract offers for the new season that begins in October. This is just after dancers voted to unionize earlier this year. The ballet's executive director says the layoffs are part of a long-term strategic plan. The number of remaining dancers, their pay scale, and the health benefits they will receive will all be discussed at negotiations later this month. A walk to raise awareness for the pregnancy complication preeclampsia taking over Nathan Benderson Park this morning. That pregnancy complication characterized by high blood pressure and signs of damage to another organ system, most often the liver and kidneys. Hosted by the Preeclampsia Foundation, families got the chance to honor the many moms and babies lost to that syndrome, as well as get some exercise and participate at this family-friendly event.
I came out to support the cause, to make sure that other women know the signs and symptoms of preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome. It was a really good turnout for the first year. I hope next year that we can get more moms here and raise some more money so that they can help other women learn about preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome.
Proceeds from today's walk will go towards research of that disease and the support of those affected by it. Americans suffering from Lou Gehrig's disease will soon have a new drug available for treatment. The FDA has approved a drug called Radicava, also known as edaravone. Its makers say the drug can slow down the patient's physical decline by 33%. It is the first drug approved specifically for this condition in more than 20 years. Lou Gehrig's disease, or ALS, is a degenerative disease affecting the ability to control muscle movements. Up to 15,000 Americans suffer from it, and its cause is still unclear. The new drug is expected to be on the market in August. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a chance to buy your alcohol with your fruits and veggies at the grocery store, and why some business owners say they are against that measure. Plus, check your breakfast foods. One company is recalling their pancakes and waffles from the shelves.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams. I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Florida Studio Theater presents Older Than Dirt, now playing in the Court Cabaret. Come celebrate the ups and downs of getting older. From joints popping to mirrors mocking, this show combines some of the funniest songs ever written for a witty and heartfelt 360-degree view of aging. Don't miss what critics are calling hilarious, incredibly creative, that has many laugh-out-loud moments. Older Than Dirt is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
Independent liquor store owners in Central Florida are asking customers to support their efforts, urging the governor to veto a bill that would allow the sale of spirits in grocery stores. That proposal, nicknamed the Whiskeys and Wheaties bill, would allow grocery stores and big box retailers to sell liquor alongside their other products. Governor Rick Scott could sign that bill into law. It passed the Florida legislature last month with a 1-vote margin in the House. Florida currently requires retailers to sell liquor in separate stores, and independent liquor store owners are opposed to the bill, saying they will be driven out of business. A last-minute push to clear up the murky legal status of fantasy sports in Florida has failed. Late Friday, the Florida House rejected a proposal that fantasy sports are legal and not subject to regulation. This means the Florida legislature will not consider fantasy sports again until next year's annual session. Florida's Attorney General in 1991 issued an opinion opinion, saying football fantasy leagues were a form of illegal gambling, but fantasy leagues have continued to expand since, including the creation of those daily fantasy leagues. Spider-Man, Batman, and Iron Man are taking over Sarasota County libraries today, all in honor of International Free Comic Book Day. Sarasota County partnering up with local comic book store The Dark Side to provide each location to give one child visiting the library today a free comic book.
Well, we come out every year. It's a big event across the nation, but the Dark Side comic book store here does a great job, and it's family friendly, and we get lots of free comic books that the companies put out to get people interested, and it's great for kids and gives them a good opportunity to get involved and love reading.
The Dark Side comic book store is located on South Washington Boulevard. Well, some Aunt Jemima breakfast favorites are being recalled because of a possible listeria contamination. That recall affecting frozen pancakes, waffles, and French toast. The Pinnacle Foods Company issuing that recall Friday night after testing showed the presence of listeria in the plant environment. Other Aunt Jemima products, such as dry mixes, are reportedly not affected. The company says it has not received reports of anyone getting sick so far. It also says it is notifying distributors to remove those products from the shelves. A California corporation has announced its plans to move about 300 ballistic missile program jobs to Florida's Space Coast over the next 2 years. Employees moving to Brevard County will work on testing and maintenance for the Navy's Trident II D5 fleet ballistic missile, the latest generation of the Navy's submarine-launched fleet missiles. In January, the company completed renovations to a Cape Canaveral Air Force Station facility that had been built in 1961 for NASA's first manned spaceflight program. A 10-day suspension for a 7th grader in Trenton, Ohio is causing some controversy. Edgewood Middle School student Zachary Bolin liked a picture of a gun on Instagram, and when he returned to school the next day, he was pulled into the school's leader's office. The note sent home to his parents said the reason behind his suspension was, quote, liking a post on social media that indicated potential school violence.
He never shared, he never commented, never made a threatening post, anything on the site. Just liked it.
Next morning, they called me down and patted me down and checked me for weapons, and then they told me I was getting expelled or suspended or whatever.
The gun in question turned out to be an airsoft gun, and it's something Zachary and his friends like to play with, but the caption concerned the school as it simply read, quote, ready. After a talk with the superintendent about the issue, the school has since rescinded that suspension. Getting a little big brothery in those schools, you know? It's like almost like a preemptive suspension, but they do. They have to kind of watch out.
They don't know. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so I guess that's why.
Also, let that be a lesson about social media, because you know, whatever you do on there, as innocent as it may seem, it's out there.
Everybody knows. Everybody's watching. Big Brother. Oh my goodness. That's why it's fun to leave your cell phone at home on occasion and be free. Oh yes, I do that. My husband kills me. He can't stand it when I do that, but it's so much fun. I just go across the street. That's all. That's all.
Just run away,
but
run and hide.
It's so fun. And today was fun. We had such a beautiful day. We had lots and lots of sunshine out there, and we did have a little bit of cloud cover, but that was it. We had no rain. We just had the strong winds that came on through, but it was so delightful. The temperatures were so comfortable because the humidity and the dew points were down. So we're not looking at any rain. We're not going to see any for tomorrow. It's going to be nice and quiet once again. You can see a couple of clouds around the state, but nothing coming onshore for us, and we don't have to worry about anything developing. And as far as the winds are concerned, they are going to die down throughout the overnight time period, and then by tomorrow during the afternoon hours, we'll get a sea breeze coming on in, so we'll see those winds picking back up 10 to 15 miles per hour during the afternoon hours. This is what our temperatures look like right now with our readings in the 70s, and we're still looking at some 80s along the East Coast, but for us, we're in the low to mid 70s. If you're at the water, 73, 72 degrees on Siesta Key, and then as soon as you hit land, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the mid 70s right now. You have to go well east before you start to see those temperatures a little bit warmer. Arcadia reporting 77, Wauchula 76 degrees, but right here along the Sun Coast, we've got Bradenton at 70. 76, 75 in Sarasota, and it is very comfortable out there. 75 degrees with our dew point levels at 48 degrees, and that's what's keeping it so comfortable. 38% humidity, those winds coming in out of the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour right now. Now today we only got up to a high of 79. 79! Remember it, because we're not going to see this again for a very long time. 84 is normally where we should be for the daytime high. Our overnight lows were right on target, 65 degrees. And if you are heading out to the beach tomorrow, we're looking at those winds coming in out of the northwest at 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, a light chop out on the bay and inland waters. And you are going to need sunblock. There's going to be plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. We'll see our temperature back up around 80 degrees if you're at the beach. Remember, if you're inland, it'll be slightly warmer with a high of about 82 degrees expected. But the Gulf water temperature is also on the rise, 79 degrees there. So tonight, fair skies, a little bit cooler than last night. We're anticipating an overnight low of 61. Then tomorrow, not as breezy during the day, 82 degrees for the daytime high. And over the next several days, we start back with those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s as the week wears on. Adam?
Now, sports.
Well, through the first month of the regular season, the Tampa Bay Rays aren't leading the majors in wins, home runs, or any of those other flashy categories, but they are jumping off the stat sheet when it comes to defense. According to ESPN, the Rays have the most defensive runs saved as a team so far, and it's not even close. Through Tuesday, Tampa had 33 runs saved total as a team, thanks to plays like that one from Gold Glover Kevin Kiermaier. The next closest team is Minnesota with 17, but the Rays need to start turning those plays into wins. They're still a game below 500 entering today's tilt with the Blue Jays, and they are currently up 6-1 against the Jays. And now more than 60 years after Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile barrier, 9 world-class runners teamed up with Nike to attempt the first ever sub-2-hour marathon. On Monza's Formula One race course in Italy, and equipped with a pace car and special shoes that Nike says make runners 4% more efficient, Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge broke his own personal best by nearly 3 minutes, but just missed that mark, finishing at a time of 2 hours and 25 seconds.
I am happy that I have reduced the 2.5 minutes to the recent world record, and I can assure you that the world now is just 25 seconds away from under 2 hours.
Now, the attempt will not go down as an official world record due to variables like pacemakers entering mid-race and drinks being given to runners via mopeds. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Can you imagine driving down your road in a pickup and having a zebra run into the side of your car? It seems like role reversal there. That's exactly what happened to one driver heading down County Road 672 in Hillsboro, just north of us, on Friday. That impact breaking the side mirror and shattering that mirror with some of the glass, hitting the driver, who received some small lacerations. The zebra then fled to a field where it was corralled by deputies and employees of the owner. The driver of the pickup truck was transported to Brandon Hospital by a private vehicle to be checked out, while the zebra, who was uninjured, was returned to its owner. Just trying to be free. Yep, look at that.
Take a look at that. Oh, bless his heart, running out there in a field.
There you go.
That looked like a dusty field, too.
And not zebras, but we had some other horses running just a minute ago.
Yes, yes, and it was Always Dreaming.
Always Dreaming, your Kentucky Derby winner.
Oh.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons: leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.